Hello. Today, I will ask one of my favorite questions. Why is Africa still poor, even though we have the resources, the people, and the potential? It's not just corrupt leaders. It's not colonial history. The real problem lies in the way most of us think. Too many young Africans have adopted the mindset that sound good on the surface, like victimhood, entitlement, or waiting for handouts. But in reality, they destroy our future. In this video, I will expose 10 dangerous ideologies that keep Africans trapped in poverty. And I will show you the winning alternatives that can truly build Africa. If you are serious about Africa's rise, then you need to hear this. So, what are those destructive mindsets? Let's break them down one by one. As I go through each of them, I want you to ask yourself honestly, do I believe this? Do I live this way? Because if you do, it may be holding you back. And if too many of us keep thinking this way, it will hold Africa back forever. Let's start with the first one, victim mentality. They believe we are poor because of colonialism, slavery, or the West. Nothing is our fault. The outcome, it kills initiatives and responsibility. Instead of building solutions, people wait for external saviors. Number two, the entitlement culture. They believe, oh, the government owes me everything: jobs, housing, education, healthcare, and so on and so forth. What is the outcome? This mentality leads to dependency. People stop creating value for others and rely on promises that governments cannot deliver. Number three, equality of outcome over merit. The belief everyone must have the same results, regardless of effort or ability. The outcome, it discourages excellence. High achievers hold back since rewards are distributed, and mediocrity becomes the norm. Number four, anti-work or anti-capitalism attitude. The belief is that working hard for profit is exploitation. Business owners are evil. Well, the outcome is people avoid entrepreneurship and demonize wealth creation, leaving outsiders to dominate markets and industries. How is it holding up for Africa? Not good, not good. Number four, dependency on aid and handouts. The belief is foreign aid or government subsidies will solve poverty. The outcome, it creates the passive citizen who don't innovate, build business, or develop resilience. Africa becomes permanently aid dependent. Number 6, identity politics or division. The belief that my tribe, my race, or my group must be favored above others for justice to exist. Well, the outcome of this fuels division, nepotism, and weak national identity. Energy that should go into building industries is wasted on endless ethnic or racial battles. Number 7, revolutionary romanticism. They believe only radical protests, uprising, or revolutions will bring justice. I wish these young people study the major revolutions in the world. Well, I've made a video about this some weeks ago. I will pin it in this video. The outcome of this, young people waste energy burning and breaking instead of building businesses, tech, or civil institutions. This leads to instability and not growth. See, growth only comes with stability. Revolution doesn't give a society stability. Number 8, anti-risk or anti-entrepreneurial mindset. The belief is that starting a business is too risky. Better wait for government jobs. Wow. The outcome limits creativity and innovation. Youth unemployment rises because government cannot employ everyone. Number 9, distrust of competition. The belief is that competition is cruel. Everyone should share equally. Okay. The outcome is without competition, quality drops. People avoid self-improvement and society stagnates. Number 10, short-term gratification over long-term investment. The belief is that enjoy now, spend now, don't save or invest. Someone else will take care of you in the future. The outcome, no wealth accumulation. Individuals and nations remain consumers instead of investors, permanently stuck at the bottom of the economic ladder. Well, this mindset, victimhood, entitlement, anti-competition, aid dependence, and short-termism weaken personal responsibility and productivity. If widely adopted, they guarantee that Africa stays underdeveloped regardless of our natural resources or government policies. Is that what you want? I'm sure it's not. We have talked about the harmful ideologies, the mental traps that keep Africa poor. But now, let's talk about what to replace them with. Because complaining about bad ideas isn't enough. We must build better ones. So here are the productive mindsets that will actually lift Africa and Africans into prosperity. First, we must move from victimhood to ownership. Stop asking, who did this to us? And start asking, what can I do now? See, history explains, but it doesn't determine the future. The moment we take ownership of our choices and outcomes, we reclaim power over our destiny. Second, from entitlement to value creation. No one owes us success at all. We must earn it by solving real problems for real people. When we focus on adding value to our communities, businesses, and workplaces, wealth follows naturally. Income always follows usefulness. Third, replace the obsession with equality of outcome with equality of opportunity and merit. We should not all end up with the same results. We should all have the same chance of trying. Hard work, skill, and excellence must be rewarded again in Africa. That's how nations grow, not through forced sameness, but through fair competition. Fourth, from anti-work to pro-work and enterprise. Work is not punishment. Work is dignity. Business is not exploitation. It is service. Let's stop glorifying shortcuts and start celebrating those who build, who produce, and who employ others. Africa will not develop through slogans. I've said many times before. Only through sweat, skills, and systems. Fifth, we must move from aid dependency to self-reliance. I've heard it many, many times from young Africans. They always talk about self-reliance, but they haven't shown the mindset for self-reliance. You see, aid creates dependency. Production creates freedom. Every African nation must learn to finance its growth through local savings, entrepreneurship, and innovation, not through perpetual begging. See, when the president of the United States suspended USA ID, all these NGOs that were getting money from USA ID were complaining. After getting such money for years, how many communities have changed for the better? That shows aid, perpetual aid, is not the way. Sixth, from tribal and racial division to a common purpose. You see, our tribes and our identities matter, but not more than a shared future. Africa will rise only when we start working together as citizens, not as tribesmen. Our diversity should be an advantage, not a weapon. You decide. Seventh, replace the romance of revolution with the discipline of institution building. Revolution make noise. Institution make progress. The real work of transformation is not destroying what exists. It's building something that lasts. 8, from fear of risk to calculated risk and innovation. Don't wait for the perfect condition. They never come. They don't exist. Start small, learn fast, and improve over time. Failure is not fatal, it's feedback. Version 1 today beats version none forever. Start now. Improve over time. 9th, from distrusting competition to embracing healthy competition. Competition doesn't destroy us. It refines us. Let's compete to produce better goods, better services, and better ideas, not destroy each other. Competition done correctly leads to collaboration, not conflict. And finally, from short-term gratification to long-term vision. Every successful civilization was built by people who thought beyond their lifetime. Let's delay pleasure today to build prosperity for tomorrow. Let's invest in education, in infrastructure, and values, not just consumption. Africa's future will not be built in election cycles. It will be built over generation. These are the mindsets that separate success from failure. Nations that rise from nations that fail. Victimhood or ownership. Dependency or self-reliance. Excuses or excellence. The choice is ours. Africa's destiny depends not on what others give us, but on what we choose to build for ourselves.